I could do this all day. There's a consistency with the alien bad guys for sure. I don't know where the code or the prompt is pulling them from. I didn't even see Kung Fu Panda catch. Did it catch a shield and throw it at Cap? Or did Cap? Wait. Oh, it's okay. Like, maybe that's where the AI is losing its touch there, or the prompt isn't really working, or the generation isn't really working because Panda has a shield, Cap has a shield.
Nice.
I need to find the full video. This is clean. I can watch 10 minutes of this and I wouldn't be bored.
No shit.
And I don't know if the studios right now are seeing all these AI generated videos like, yo, we need to capitalize on this real quick and, you know, temporarily shut down our control of IP and you can't make this movie without our permission. You can't make this movie. Just shut it down a little bit and then come together and make something epic. Because if you could really bank on this nicely and do a fat trilogy movie with all the different very popular characters coming together from live action, animation, and OG cartoons is one thing, and games come together to make a movie like this where the story is comprehensive, it makes sense, and when you see all the different characters, like, yeah, it makes sense that they're doing this. You could. I don't even know what story. Maybe I need to think up a story later and drop it on my YouTube community space. But as of now, I can't generate anything in my head. But for whatever reason that these guys have come together in this world, they're real, right? Surely they have to be real in this world. When you see Pikachu, that wouldn't surprise you. I don't think Iron Man would be like, aren't you a cartoon character? I think it makes sense that you'd see Pikachu, unless it's like some weird intergalactic multiversal 4D, fifth dimension, 2-dimension space mesh thing that some alien species have brought together, and then all the different superheroes or cool characters we grew up watching as children have to come together as one, and some divine watcher force is like, no, we need to combine all our forces together to fight this alien species because it's looking to collapse all the different dimensions into one and then erase it and destroy it. Maybe that's what the story is. Maybe.
I like this one.
I got one more video to react to. Where is that? Where is it? Where are you?
A few moments later.
Actually, my mistake. It's 2 more videos to react to. There you are. This is a good one too. This is good. Like, it took time. It took time to tease the creature first, the crack, and then the little horn, and then the whole reveal. Did the camera pull back as well? Surely it did. Yeah, that was beautiful. It's not a drill. Well, duh. And look at the guns they picked up. Where's your RPGs? Where's your missile launchers? Where's your, I don't know, air weapon carriers or your rail guns? Those guns will do nothing, man.
That's right.
Their facial expressions, their body language, they're ready for war. This is pretty good. It feels like Tremors as well, but a lot worse than Tremors. And even the setting makes sense. The coloration on the worm's skin against the white snowy backdrop, beautiful. Like, did the AI do that of its own volition, or was that a prompt to say they're in a snowy town or Antarctica? Is it a snowy location? Then the worm comes out and make sure the worm is brown and it's got fangs and teeth and whatnot. Or why not make it white? White would look cool, but the color contrast right now looks really sweet because they pop, they stand out, they really stand out. Yeah, right. You're done. What would the bullets do? This is as bad as that freaking season 5 final episode of Stranger Things. You're shooting this entity with little bullets. Stupid. That's why I was like, where's your RPG? Maybe Iron Man should just show up and just use his arc reactor blast beam from his chest. That'd be a cool jump in. But yeah, this is beautiful, man. Some of these prompts are really sweet, and these. I don't know how long it takes to generate this and then cook it in the oven, in the AI oven, and then like if you put in the codes, how long does it take to go through the whole process of fine tuning? An hour, 2 hours? Like, if you just put the prompt this, and it just shows up, you're like, and then clean it up. Okay, clean up the face, clean up the texture, clean up the lighting, make the lighting like this. You can use references, for example. Okay, make the lighting similar to this scene in this movie, and so on and so forth. And then once it's done, on average, is that 2 hours, 4 hours for like, well, this is like a 10-second clip? Or, I don't know if this is done yet, so forgive me if I'm asking a question that's like a no-brainer. Has there been someone who's generated a comprehensive movie from beginning, middle to end with unique characters, not an amalgamation or copy of existing actors or whatever, just their own unique, character models, clothes, texture, location, and let's say this generated project is English standard or English as a default, but also has the ability to make the characters speak in other languages based on the country that the movie will be displayed in or showed in. You see, even as I'm saying that, I'm already thinking to myself that will make life a lot easier. But that takes away from the voice actors who dub movies in different countries for subtitles as well. But the cool side of my head is like, oh, dude, imagine making a movie with the AI thing, beginning, middle to end, comprehensive story, no glitches here, the AI showed someone with 3 eyes instead of 2. None of that. Like, it's clean. That is like something like that currently exists where we can go to a website and watch an AI generated movie from scratch, beginning, middle to end, with a good comprehensive story. Pacing, camera movement, background music, emotional tones, scenes, and everything working well like a proper movie from scratch. Like, does that exist? And plus, like I said, the ability to generate a movie where the AI will generate the same dialogue, but in different languages based on where it's being shown or where it's being viewed in the world.
What do you mean by that?
The lip movement is literally, it's not even like, they're speaking French. Another country, Japan, China, and dude, like that sounds promising to me. But again, the downside is you're taking away the jobs from the usual voiceover dubs in different countries as well. Mm-hmm. All right, let me play the last video before I sign out here.
Here we go.
This one made me laugh though, because I spoke about this a while back on my YouTube channel, on a YouTube live. And it didn't make sense how people were struggling to understand my point of view. What did he say?
I don't know.
And he's got the gauntlet on, so you'd think that Thanos would win this fight.
That's right.
But how long does it take for someone who wields the gauntlet with Infinity Stones attached? How long does it take for Thought to then activate the power and then execute the command with the gauntlet?
Aha!
Compared to someone who can easily not only chokehold you from a distance without having to be close to you, but can just crush a windpipe with the Force.
Damn!
That's why I still feel as strong as Thanos is compared to Vader, because Vader is wearing that suit to keep him alive to an extent, of course. But Vader has pure energy coursing through him with regards to controlling the Force. And Thanos has to think before he acts. The stones don't act on their own accord. The stones don't say, oh, that's a threat, let me just do my thing before this master or mistress who's wielding us thinks about it.
He ain't lying.
And even though we want to start the fight with saying Vader doesn't know what the gauntlet can do or what the stones can do. He's just seen an enemy that big. Would you fight someone? If I'm someone who can wield the Force, as powerful as Yoda, as powerful as Vader can, I wouldn't want to tangle with you long enough to use my saber and whatnot. I'll throw my saber at you. If you deflect it, I'm ready to crush it. Because all I need to do is this to your heart, your lungs, and your brain, and you're done. I don't need to pull you close to me, because by the time I'm doing that to you, you're already thinking and activating your gauntlet. Now, even though I'm doing that, I'm crushing your windpipe, or I'm force pulling you, you're moving me against my will. I might even use the stones to be like, nope. Now I've got the power of telekinesis, because you could argue it's technically telekinesis. Technically, this fight wouldn't last too long, because this guy can crush inanimate objects with the Force. And crushing metal wouldn't be so hard for Vader or someone who's a master at using the Force. So if crushing strong steel, metal that's been put together maybe an AT-AT or the Millennium Falcon, how long would Vader take to crush that into one, solid ball of scraps? How long would he take to do that compared to a humanoid vessel? All he has to do is go for your head, your throat, your lungs, or your heart, and that's it. And even before you think, I've gone for your head. Your brain. You can't think when your brain is under freaking a blender. I'm squishing your brain like a freaking mango or apple. You're not doing any activation. You're done.
Fatality.
Especially when I see you do this, I'm like, okay, that's the weapon in your hand then. So I don't need to know what the Infinity Stones are or Infinity Gauntlet is. All I know is I'm Vader and I'm fighting you. I've got my saber out. You don't have a gun in your hand. You do this. Or I see you. If I see you move, let's respect what Vader is. Vader is not a stupid character or being. He's got his lightsaber on. He's got two weapons. One is more powerful than the other one. You can lose your lightsaber, but you can't lose the Force. So once I realize, okay, that's your weapon of choice, I don't need to do this whole the Sith have a respectable code to fight. No, I don't know what that thing can do, but I know what my Force power can do. And once I see you don't have a blade, a knife, a tool in your hand, except that thing that glove you're wearing, it's game over. In fact, I just hold it before you even think. Can you even activate it without? Surely you can activate the stones without having to clench your fingers and whatnot. Because I remember the movie Infinity War, when Strange spoke to his cape. He told him don't let him close his fist or his fingers, right? So it still requires some form of motion to activate. But I wonder if you can activate the stones individually and together as one without having to combine them. It kind of makes sense that you do because you're bringing them all together as one. Okay, then so therefore, can you activate an individual stone by thought alone? But before that even plays out, again, respecting the lore based on Vader and his ability. He's got a saber as a primary weapon, or secondary weapon technically, and then his primary weapon is his use and mastery of the Force. He sees an opponent that has no weapon. We have to assume that he's intelligent enough to know that thing in this person's left hand is their weapon of choice.
That's right.
I don't even know what it does, but I wouldn't let you act. I don't even know how you need to activate it. You need to do this and activate, or a little pinky and then the glove turns on. No, whatever you need to do to turn it on or to power it, I don't need to know it. All I need to know is that's your weapon. Cool, get over here and then crush your brain easily or crush your eyes. Yo, it's just easy slam for me. Your mileage may vary. You might be like, oh well, that's like giving him. That's not prep time. I almost said I was gonna say Batman. Yeah, I get the prep time conversation. Like I'm saying, treat Vader as what he is and who he is. This is someone who has the power to kick ass without hesitation. He plays with his opponents sometimes, but he pulls them and he's air choking them. It's easy to do that. That's light work. But once I see that you are built a particular way and you've come with no physical tool or gadget to say this is a blade, a katana or axe or whatever, and I realize there's something in your left hand that's not in your right hand, I have to assume that Vader is smart enough to say that's your weapon of choice, come over here and crush you. And we don't know if Thanos' species have 3 hearts or 4 hearts, but you can't tell me that you as a force wielder, a very powerful force wielder as Vader, can sense there's 1 or 2 or 3 heartbeats in this creature's body. Crush them, game over. Now give me that gauntlet, bitch.
Damn.
Or he just yanks him from the gauntlet and then puts him on his suit, just like Ultron did in What If series.
Nice.
I hope someone one day will do a proper prompt, AI prompt, of how easy this fight would be between Vader and Thanos. Let me know in the comments how you feel. I can just by hear someone say, no, that doesn't make sense. Give me your reasons as to why. Dude, I can stop you from breathing and I can hinder you from thinking. The very mere fact that Obi-Wan said, these are not the droids you're looking for. And, and yes, it can work on very soft minds, but not anyone. You have to be very, very powerful. And you have to be very, very powerful to do it on any mind. And you have to be easily susceptible to let that work on you. Yeah, I'm just saying that's one way to do that. But once I hold your heart, you are not, once your heart is under pressure, you're thinking, oh my God, my chest, you're not doing my chest. Activate gauntlet. Yeah, right, you're finished.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
You are finished, boys and girls.
Is this not why you are here?
Can't tell what he's saying. Anyway, that's me done. Just wanted to share these videos and have a little AI, not AI talk, but just, you know, little mini conversations around these videos. And I don't really want to delve too much into the AI thing because right now it feels too confusing for me to sit down and really sift through. And I'm not here for opinions. I don't have time for they said or no. I prefer correct, truthful, accurate, and proper information where everyone has access to it. So that way James isn't going to someone's feeling or emotions about AI and Tina is going somewhere else. No, that don't make no sense. Go to the exact location, and I wonder how transparent these companies are about their generation of these codes. I still wonder where these codes come from, and can I myself make my own AI a platform where people can use as well? Can I generate an AI system where I could sell it to people and say, yeah, you know, you pay monthly to generate whatever you want to generate, or pay weekly or pay annually or whatever?
That's a good question.
Anyway, peeps, I've of course been your one and only multi-potentialite, neurodivergent host,
The Kosmic Jedi signing out. Thank you for watching.